Are you guys distracted by the Miles sounds, or do we love them? Thank you, Looney Tunes critic, Clay Dabbler's best friend. I don't know how to ask this quickly. There's a story, but here goes. Why do even strong women get mad when you wait too long to ask them out? Do you only like me if I ask you out quickly enough? This one I can womansplain. Thank you for a nice little softball as we begin the womansplaining stream. That's an excellent first womansplanation of the day, actually. Why does it seem that so many women get so frustrated when you take a long time to ask them out? So this kind of comes back to the compliment gap. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, similar to like the wage gap, there is a very real and studied phenomenon of a compliment gap between men and women. If you ask any woman how often they are complimented, specifically by like even just strangers, strange men, random men, people of the opposite sex, oftentimes the answers you will hear are anywhere from like common to way more than I would even appreciate. Men might go 10 years without a compliment, like generously. That's on the lower end. Some men are like, I'm 70 and I've received 3. Like it's an every quarter of a century type deal for some of these dudes. So this whole concept of women being like complimented out, being touched out, it's like these are things that are very real issues to women, you know, to a point where we almost have these like hair trigger reactions to getting catcalled. You know, we were walking down the street and a man shouts out his window, "You're beautiful," and we're just like, "Leave me alone!" And a man is like, "I would punch my brother in the face for such an opportunity. Just a fleeting moment like that, I would pay for it." Like, it's these, we're worlds apart in this department. And if us as women could even like remotely understand that and yet we don't, we truly don't. We get complimented every day of our lives and we're like, why am I so ugly? And it's just an unchanging truth. I love this actually. Star Angel says, people are being nicer to me lately. I have to ask. I'm going to try to pay attention to the chat to see if I can get your reply. But is there anything in particular you would attribute that to? Like, are you yourself being nicer? Are you wearing brighter colors? Are you wearing a sign that says, "We'll hand out dollar bills if you're nice to me"? Like, we would all love to know your secret, quite frankly. Dan, we're already popping off with over 100 messages in the chat. We love to see it. Thank you for the engagement. That's kind of crazy to think about, that it's been like 10 minutes into the stream, 100 messages. I would like to give a quick shout out to, there's no way she's still alive, but Miss Burkle, who taught at my private school and insisted that we needed to learn speed reading. And she had this machine that she could like plug things into and you'd have to stare and read it and you would be tested and it would just be like words going flying at you. Like, she had no idea that she was training future live streamers. She had no clue, dude. You think it's paranormal stuff? Stop it. Stop it right now, because things are like so... There's been too much of that. I can't say anything further, but we may be going through a wormhole. That's all I can say. No, but stop, because there's like been so many people in my life lately who are giving me the craziest stories, and I'm truly trying to be discreet because like I can't leak anything, but like all of them are attributing their own like supernatural interpretations of it, and I'm not that kind of person. My husband is. Some of the stuff I'm telling him about, he's like, look, my Italian ancestors did not would not be okay with this, like the exorcism. Like, stop. Okay, I don't even believe in that kind of stuff, but it's getting weird. There's just too much weirdness at the same time. God, I wish I could tell you guys things, but I have to be a good friend. Only TJ gets all of the tea. Because is this your guys' rule? Tell me if you disagree, but like, My rule with all of my friends is anything you tell me, my husband will also know. He will not tell anybody. My husband is not going around town gossiping, but when I tell him this stuff, he is like, and then what? You know what I mean? Like, I think that when someone actually has like a true soulmate, not like just someone that they tolerate, like, you know that's their person, then you also know there's nothing that you can tell them they're not going to tell. That's their spouse. And like, illegally, I'm pretty sure that they can also legally protect your information through spousal privilege. Sometimes. I live for tea, though. Oh my God, yes, please. Okay. I told y'all that I have to put my phone on shush mode. I'm so sorry, girlies, I'm planning a 5K with. I'm so sorry. I am that person, the most annoying friend who has the group chat planning the 5Ks. Wife and I have the same rule. See, I'm not crazy. Okay, Looney Tunes Critic is about to have another super chat come through. You guys can see it here. I always forget where it is. I need to like put a sign in front of me that's like, point here for chat box, Lauren. Stop getting confused. He says, I've had no less than 3 women gaslight me when I asked them out because I didn't ask them out soon enough. I knew they liked me, but how does all that like stop because I didn't see it soon enough? That is really interesting, actually. What I have to imagine is this, that the life cycle of a spark for women is nowhere near the life cycle of a spark for men. Does that make sense? Like, to where you're able to like get enough like flint to actually get enough to start the fire is like, you have to get it quicker with women. Like, you have to really get in there, like get your foot in the door, pry it open, not like, okay, sorry, that might be bad advice. Don't interpret that to mean like be overly aggressive. Definitely accept that no means no. But like, because I think that what happens with women a lot quicker than it happens with men is because they're so overly complimented and because they're so used to just like, well, men just tell you when they like you. It's just so simple. They start psyching themselves out and to where they know that you like them right away. Even if they're kind of telling themselves that you don't, like, they will always recognize it before you do. It's like your parents. They will always deep down know that you are gay before you are. They might not admit it, but like, they know what they made, okay? They knew they made a little lovable queer baby. And a lot of you right now are like, stop pointing at me, Lauren. But anyway, so I think what happens is they're like, he likes me, but then you keep having these interactions with her that are not explicitly saying, and I like you. And so they start like talking themselves into like, shit, okay, I guess he doesn't like me. And they start going through the stages of grief. So by the time that you have waited even 3 days to like make a declarative move, even if it's just something as simple as like, I just want to let you know I like you, so I'm going to keep talking to you. Like, a simple declarative move, if it has not been made within like, God, even 1 week, the stages of grief have been gone through. She has already lived 1,000 lives with you and seen you break her heart 1,000,000 times. And she's already done the damage of convincing herself that you are not good enough for her anyway. And she's just like made amends with it already. That's probably the best woman's explanation I can give for it. Because this doesn't always happen, mind you. I'm sure plenty of you are like, no, my wife definitely rejected me for like half a year and now we've been married for 24 years. Like, some of us definitely have stories like that. But when a woman does it, specifically like that, if she actually tells you like you waited too long, that is almost certainly what happened, was that she has already been like, oh, I'm so sorry. I have already projected an entire persona onto you, so you trying to demonstrate autonomy now is a little awkward for my narrative. So go back in your corner. Again, not all women, but God, that's the only thing I think of. I'm sorry, man. It's quite a thing to think of. I'm like went down fully fan fiction on that one. I could be wrong. Okay, I could be. Nice, refreshing water. Spite after perceived slight. Yeah, I feel like it's truly a woman's version of the like, whatever, you were too ugly for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? We all have our methods of being gigantic assholes. There's no shortage of methods to be a gigantic asshole, to be honest. It's just a never-ending game for some people.